Remind me what a function is.
Blank. Call it like y equals something. Like y equals x, y equals 2x squared. Okay. Functions are things that we can graph. We can add them, we can subtract them, we can multiply them, we can divide them. Only thing that's a little wacky is when we divide, whatever's on the bottom can't equal 0. Okay? Because then we have undefined stuff and that's not fun. Addition, multiplication, subtraction kind of works how you would think. Add two of your functions, subtract both your functions. The most important thing to look at when you are especially subtracting is which one comes first, okay? Whichever letter's first, you're going to put first in your subtraction. Okay, hopefully this isn't too bad. In problem 1, it says, let f of x equal 2x squared plus 8 and g of x equal x minus 3. I want to know if I add f and g, what happens? Okay, so we're going to take our f plus g of x and add them. All we're going to do is take our f of x, which is 2x plus 8, or 2x squared plus 8, and add on our g of x, x minus 3. Okay, all you need to worry about is combining like terms. Do I have any more x squareds beside the 2? No. Do I have any more x's beside the 1? No. What can I combine? 8 and 3, and I get positive 5. Okay, then it talks about their domains. I'm going to go ahead and just give it a general thing. If you aren't doing division, your domain is all reals. That fancy R. If you remember back from, I don't even remember when, pretty much all we're talking about is how I told you whatever's on the bottom of division can't be 0. That's all we're looking at for our domain. What can't x be? I want you to change this. Instead of f minus g, we're going to do g minus f of x. Switch it up a little. So which function should I put first? Yeah, what's first? G. Put my g first. G comes first here, so we're going to put that first. X minus 3. Then we're going to subtract. We're subtracting a whole function, so it would be my suggestion that we put parentheses. Okay? I'm going to put parentheses around the whole f function. So that's what I'm subtracting out. My f function is 2x squared plus 8. The reason I put parentheses is because I don't want you to just subtract the 2x squared, what else do I want you to subtract? The 8. So if we simplify this, we have x minus 3 minus 2x squared minus 8. Okay, let's put our highest term first. So we have our negative 2x squared.
Wait, how did you get from to negative 8?
Distribute your minus sign. So minus 2x squared plus x, then what? Minus 11. Okay. Again, domain, like I said, the only thing you really have to worry about is when you're dividing. We aren't, so all reals. Our x can be anything, and we will have a y. Okay. Biggest
biggest thing with subtracting is making sure your minus sign goes where it needs to be. Questions on adding and subtracting? Seem okay? Alright. Multiplying. We got f times g. What do you think I'm going to put first? F. So I'm going to have x squared plus x minus 6 times my g, which is x minus 2. I need to make sure everything is multiplied. So we gotta like super foil. Okay? X squared times x. X cubed. X squared times minus 2. Negative 2x squared. X times x. X squared, x times negative 2. Negative 2x, negative 6 times x. And negative 6 times negative 2. A positive 12. Ugh. Let's simplify it. Do I have any more x cubes? No. How much x squared do I have? Negative 1x squared. How much x do I have? Negative 8x. And then our plus 12. Is there any x that I can plug in and not get an answer? No. So our domain is all reals. Okay, again, we're going to cross this off and make it g divided by f of x. So just flip it. What's going on top? G, which is our x minus 2. On bottom is my f, which is x squared plus x minus 6. Okay, when we do this, biggest thing, don't cross out x's. You can't cross out x, don't do that, okay? What you're going to do is factor whatever your x squared one is, okay? So if I factor x squared plus x minus 6, what two bubbles do I get? Need to multiply to 6, add to 1. Which one has to be plus? 3. So I got x plus 3, x minus 2. What do you notice? Yeah. Now that I have separated them, I can cancel a whole bubble, as I would call it, a whole parentheses set. Okay? Since your x minus 2 matches your x minus 2 down here, they're exactly the same, you can cancel them. Okay? What do I put up top? 1, not 0, okay? Biggie. What do I have left on bottom? X plus 3. That is our answer for g divided by f. Domain, the big one. Division is really kind of the only time it counts. What can't my x equals down here? I don't want to get 0. If I did, what would I get for x? Kind of 3. Negative 3, I'd get negative 3 here, and what here? A positive 2. So we're going to say your domain is all reals except x equals -3, and x equals 2. Because we cannot equal 0 in our denominator, I can't have my x equal -3 or 2. Okay, if it does, it's not a function. Okay. Questions here? Okay, let's do another multiplication division. I want to take f times g of x. How do I do it?
3x minus 11
Yeah.
minus 3x.
You superfoil it. We'll see if you get the same answer. I'm superfoiling. I feel like you're lying. I already know how to Do you get the same thing? Yeah. What's my domain? All reals. There is nothing that x could equal that I would not have a y for. Okay, fun part. F divided by g, what's going on top? Say what? Well, no, we're gonna leave this one.
Oh, what? Well, how do you know when to change it?
Oh no, I just wanted to change them. This one we're gonna leave.
Why?
Cause I wanted to put F on top. I don't know. Something different.
I'm so confused.
You don't just change them. We changed them because I wanted you to have a denominator. So whatever's on top stays on top. Okay? So what's on top right now?
3x
My F. Okay, the other one I wanted G on top. Okay? Your F is on top here. So we put F on top. G is on bottom. So G goes on bottom. When you divide, there's like a 99% chance that something will cancel. So what should I do at the top? 2 sets of parentheses. What is probably one of them going to be? 3x plus 1. If it is, what's the other parentheses? Think about what's my back have to be. 1 times something has to equal 4. 4. Does it work? 3x times x, is it 3x squared? Yeah. 3x times -4 is -12 plus 1 is it -11?
What?
Plus 1 times -4, -4. What happens?
Cancel.
Cancels. All I have left, instead of just a denominator, I just have a numerator. What's my domain? Except. So I have all reals except I care about my denominator. Is x minus 4 my denominator? No, my denominator is back here. Here. How do I figure out what my except is if I have my denominator?
Plug it in.
Yeah. Set it equal to 0, what it can't equal. So accept x of negative 1/3. Okay. Yes, all you have left is a numerator, but since you had a denominator at some point, you will have an except part. Okay. Questions here? Okay, couple more. What? Okay, compositions of functions. You will notice this right here says g of f of x. That's how we read that. That little open circle thing is an of. So g of f of x, what that means, take your one closest to your x, and you have to do that one first. Okay, so you'll notice it says do your f of x first, and then with the answer you get in your f of x, you do your g of x. Okay, so you do your one function, take your answer and plug it into the other function. Okay, let's do an example. It says f of x is x minus 5 and g of x is x squared. What is f of g of negative 3? So I'm plugging in negative 3 for my x. Which function should I start with? G. G is closest, so we start with g. So I'm going to take g of negative 3. So what am I plugging in for x? Negative 3. What is negative 3 squared? 9. Okay. Are we good through there? Okay. Now we need to take our answer that we got and put it in for f. So instead of taking f of negative 3, we're taking f of my answer, which is 9. So what should I plug in for x right here? 9. And 9 minus 5 is?
4. So your answer is 9 and 4?
Your answer is 4. Okay. If you do it the reverse way, g of f of negative 3, what function should I start with? F. So I'm going to take my f of negative 3, and what should I plug in for x? Negative 3. So I have negative 3 minus 5, which is 8. Now what do I do with that negative 8? So I take my g function, and what I'm plugging in for x is my answer, negative 8. So negative 8 squared is a positive 64. Those answers are way different. So yes, it matters which one you plug it in first. Okay. Questions here? Okay, one more. It says f of x is x squared plus 1 and g of x is x minus 2. I need g of f of negative 2. What am I plugging in where first? plug in f first. What am I plugging into f? -2. So I got f of -2 is -2 squared plus 1. What is -2 squared plus 1? 5. Now what? Plug -2 in for g? No, plug 5 in. So I got 5 minus 2, so what is my answer? 3. Okay. Last one. G of A. What's my first function I'm using? G, and what am I plugging in? So I have G of A is, what should I plug in for x? A. So I have A minus 2. Okay. Done with my first function. What's my second function? First function, yeah. My second function's G again. Except for this time, what am I plugging in? Yeah, the whole thing. This is my whole answer. Yeah, it sucks, but that's my whole answer. Okay, and I'm plugging that in where? Yeah, the whole thing goes in for x. So I have A minus 2 minus 2. So I get A minus 4. Okay. Questions? Okay, I'll leave it up to you. We got 10 minutes. We got one more example. Save it for tomorrow or do it today? Tomorrow. Okay. It's only 2 questions from your homework, so